What is going on, you guys? ShadowX back with you for another Dokkan battle video in regards to Golden Week. I was gonna say on JP, but it's on Global as well. Another joint celebration, which was very unexpected. Um, this is a huge win for Global, by the way, because now you guys don't have to wait till November to get these units, where they're probably not going to be as relevant as they are now. And also, it just means like more hype stuff coming for both versions of the game. We've been arguing, well, not arguing, but we've been complaining about, wanting both versions of the game to be in sync, lined up. And anytime that we can get these joint celebrations, I just think it's a good situation for both versions of the game. Now, the downside, of course, to this is, in my opinion, I'm going to say this right now, I still think JP's version of the celebration is probably going to be better than Global's. And we'll talk about that, we'll talk about why I feel that way in a minute, but I just want to get the point out that, the fact that this is coming to both versions at the same time is huge. That's a massive change for Golden Week celebrations, right? So, what we have here in front of our screens is GT Goku, and then if we jump over here, we can see a Super Saiyan GT Vegeta. New Dokkan events are coming, so this confirms we now know what the Dual Dokkan Fest is going to be. Obviously, it was going to be a Goku and Vegeta. If you guys remember, last year was Gotenks and Boo. I would argue that wasn't the most hype in terms of character choice. So the fact that another big time celebration is Goku and Vegeta, who would have guessed? This is how they make their money, you guys. So I don't have an issue with this. I mean, literally Goku and Vegeta from GT need buffs. The Shadow Dragon Saga never gets love. GT literally has not gotten content in like 2 years since the 40th anniversary, right? So I am totally okay with the celebration being GT themed. But it's going to be interesting to see how these units operate. And to me, I have a feeling, because of the event that they're awakening from, the Earth Shaking Showdown, or whatever it's called, we might be getting new characters that transform every turn. And we've not gotten a character like this since these units released, the physical Vegeta and the AGL transforming Goku and the tech Frieza. I really enjoyed this mechanic of transforming every turn, or not a mechanic, but this idea of having a card that does that every turn. And I really wanted them to kind of expand on it and give us more cards like this. And I really feel like it's time that we get a new card that has this transformation every turn mechanic. I like this idea. I will say though, the negativities in this card design are the fact that the links change, and that could be really wonky depending on certain characters that you're running on your team, or different team builds that you have rocking. So from that point, I guess having these types of cards can be a little wonky, but it's an interesting concept to have a card on your team that transforms every turn, and I like the idea of that. So I definitely think it's time that we get a new characters that have this ability to transform every turn. And the fact that it's, again, Goku and Vegeta, some people are gonna hate on that, but I personally have no issues with it. So let's talk about the celebration itself. Given the fact that it is going to be on both versions at the same time, there's a lot that we can expect. So obviously, we know from V-Jump that LRB Pan is getting her EZA. I definitely think that is going to be coming on both versions. We also know of the legendary GT Kid Goku event. I definitely think that will probably be on both versions at the same time as well. In terms of something like Extreme Super Battle Road, or Super Battle Road in general, I think it's possible JP could get 10 new stages, and then Global could get the 10 already existing stages of Extreme Super Battle Road that they don't have. I definitely think keep that in mind, that could be coming during the celebration. But also, JP is getting Patan Battle, which isn't on Global. So keep that in mind as well. So that's kind of why I was referencing that, I think this celebration is still going to be a little bit better on JP's version than Global's version, though Global is definitely getting some pretty hype content as well, right? Now, in terms of these banners and what they might look like, I don't know if we're going to be getting 2 side characters on them. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta probably is going to make his return, because over on JP, they skipped him on Videl's banner, so in my mind, there's no way that they could skip him again. Given the fact that this themed celebration is GT, right? The celebration's theme is GT. It would be a mistake if they skipped Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on these banners. He's literally one of the best units in the game. Everyone loves pulling him, and there's a lot of players that don't have him, like me. So I would love to be able to pull Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta for the first time, but that also means that Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta could make his return on the banner, and he's been on so many banners that we can't wait to see him again, right? And I also do, I say that, but I also want to point out that this guy and HL Goku are probably going to be on the banners. I bet your ass I am willing to bet. You could almost like shoot it in. Okay. If these characters that we're getting are transformation every turn characters like this, these two are going to be on the banner for free, 100%. So just keep that in mind. I do expect these banners to be really good. So definitely, over on Global, I'd say it's definitely a lot rougher because they literally just got Pikkon and Janemba. So back-to-back dual Dokkan Fest for them is going to be rough. I know Global players, hopefully you skipped Pikkon and Janemba. But Global players might be dry on stones. So that's another L in terms of, having this celebration now instead of in November for them. Because, 6-year anniversary for them is literally in like 3 months. So it kind of budgets into their, savings for, 6th anniversary for them. But, you gotta pick and choose on which banners you want to summon for. We'll see how good, Goku and Vegeta end up being. I expect them to be some of the best TURs in the game, hands down. They have to be. Another one really good thing with, the dual Dokkan Fest being Goku and Vegeta is the amount of categories that they're gonna buff. If they are transformation every turn characters, right? Because think about it, Goku and Vegeta, they'll probably be base form in their card art, I would imagine, and then they'll be Super Saiyan, and then Goku will probably go Super Saiyan 2, maybe even for Vegeta, and then they'll both go Super Saiyan 3, and then maybe Goku Great Apes into Super Saiyan 4 or something like that, and then Vegeta obviously will go into Super Saiyan 4 if they're transformation every turn characters. So you think about the categories that buffs, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Shadow Dragon, Pure Saiyans, Goku family, Vegeta family. I am willing to bet that these 2 new Dokkan Fests are going to introduce some bullshit category in the game. Literally, they have a hard-on for introducing new categories at this point that literally don't make sense. So, don't be surprised if we get another category that we have no clue what they're going for announced in the next couple days. So, I guess in terms of, these units, we pretty much talked about everything that, I kind of see coming the next couple days. I do expect the Twitter reveal to possibly be tonight, and then maybe the data download will happen tomorrow night, and then they'll release the day after. So we should see these guys in game on both versions within the next 3 days. So if you have stones on Global, I would hold off until we find out what these guys do, obviously, and then kind of go from there in terms of if you still want to save for 60th anniversary. Keep in mind, HL, UI Goku, and Vegeta are still number 1 and 2 best units in the game, so keep that in mind. But over here on JP, this is definitely something that we've been looking forward to. Golden Week is always pretty hype every year round, and we'll see how this celebration ends up being. I do also want to point out that these banners are going to be up for a month. It is a dual Dokkan Fest, so remember that. I do expect the celebration could be 2 parts, so maybe Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta could be in part 2, maybe. The fact that TUR int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta still is not that old, though, I don't see that being likely. But hey, you never know, right? And then also, I was going to bring this up, but I kind of forgot, but Easy Ace, what can we expect to see? I'm looking at the GT links right now, and just already, so we know B-Pan's getting her EZA. There are so many characters with this link that need EZAs badly. Now, I think this celebration is going to be revolved around Goku and Vegeta, at least that's the way it feels to me. So, we're just going to kind of like point out Goku and Vegeta units first. So obviously AGL Goku and the STR Super Saiyan 4, or I said AGL Goku, I was looking at him. AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and then obviously the STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the 120 leads. I definitely think they could EZA during this celebration. If the two of them were to get their EZAs, this celebration would be godly. Because it'd be two separate EZAs, that's 60 stones in total. I don't know if they're going to do that. Don't have your hopes high for it, but you know, it could happen. This is a World Tournament card. This Vegeta needs an EZA. He's literally not even a year old, and he already sucks. Like, he needs an EZA. Again, we mentioned that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is probably going to be in the banner. I would expect him to be there, as well as Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But this Goku, I would argue, needs an EZA badly. This Goku needs an EZA. You know, Super Saiyan 3 Goku needs an EZA badly. Like, there's just, you go down the list here. This, you know, this Goku. There's so many characters on here that need EZAs. So literally, like, it's limitless possibilities with who could EZA in the celebration. You know, just characters outside of Goku and Vegeta. Pan needs an EZA. Sin Shenron, definitely big time. You know, Oob could get his EZA. They really can make him like the best unit in the game. In fact, I'm even saying that. You know, I don't want to speak it into existence, but you know, just be on the lookout for that. Who else? You know, this Trunks needs an EZA, Raw Pan, something like that. You know, Baby. So, you know, Rildo, right, needs an EZA. You know, there's so many characters with this link that need EZAs. You know, Shadow Dragon Saga is going to get buffed big time during this celebration, along with a plethora of other categories I mentioned earlier. So, overall, you know, this celebration is definitely looking a lot better than last year's Golden Week for sure. We'll see how it ends up playing out. Your boy is super excited for everything. Let me know how you guys feel about Golden Week coming to both versions at the same time. Definitely, I think that's a win for both versions. And I guess that's everything that we have to talk about for now. Of course, I will be updating you guys with the data download, the Twitter reveals, all of that good stuff when it drops. But for now, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, your boy's clocking out. Shadow X. See you guys in the next one.